Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khush amdeed, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen, bakhair ragale, washmale, chunishumme. Welcome to Well This Morning, which is a Hashmi, ladies and gentlemen, on a very amazing, a very brilliant, a very beautiful morning outside here in the Twin Cities on Friday. For all of those watching right now, I really hope my show is finding you in the best of your health, in the best of your energies and vibes as well. And I wish and pray that your day goes amazing. Please remember me and my entire team in your prayers as well, and all our Muslim brethren from all around the world as well, especially from Kashmir too. And also, since we are talking about, our brethren from all around the world, ladies and gentlemen, the global pandemic coronavirus, the COVID-19, is actually, on the rise. And we know so many countries actually where a lot of cases are being reported on a daily basis. A lot of, unfortunately, casualties and deaths are being reported on a daily basis. And this was actually last morning when I woke up and came across the news on my Twitter. Tom Hanks, one of the very famous actors in the entire globe. Tom Hanks and his wife actually contracted this virus, and they are, of course, in quarantine for quite some time now. That was the moment, of course, I knew, of course, this is going to be a major, setback for the entire world. But that was the moment I realized all of us are actually so close to it. None of us is actually, safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, before it goes so bad in Pakistan, I really hope it does not. But if it does, for all of you, please make sure that you are, saving yourself from anything bad. You stop going to crowded places, first of all. Avoid going to public places, movies, parks and restaurants and everything. This is for your own safety. There will be a time, inshallah, when you will be able to go back there again. But for right now, save yourself, save your family members as well. Keep a hand sanitizer in your bag all the time, and almost every 10 minutes, try to rinse your hands, because the virus stays on your hands for 10 minutes before transmitting throughout your body as well. So every 10 minutes at least, make sure to clean your hands, wash your hands and everything. Other than that, I really hope humanity doesn't die before humans do. I'll tell you why I'm saying this, because a boat was actually, Coast Guard's. This was in Europe somewhere. People were trying to flee their country, and of course, because of the coronavirus situation, all the borders are closed as well in so many countries too. So the Coast Guards were trying to sink the boat and sink the humans on the boat so that they could not enter their country. So before humans die, I think humanity is going to die anyway. So please do not be the person to provide or, to cause harm to anyone, especially in such a situation where everything is so crucial and critical. And this was just this morning, actually, when I found out that the wife of the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also contracted coronavirus. So we are all as exposed to it as anyone else in the world. Please take care of yourselves and remember all of us in your prayers too. And ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about such a situation, which unfortunately I don't think any one of us ever thought we're going to face, especially in our lifetimes, I feel like I think we're compelled to actually think about affordable healthcare as well. Yes, we belong to a country which is a developing country, and every other day we do sort of face problems which other countries might not. But that is what, we are resilient for. We always come up with solutions. We always come up with fighting that problem as well. But with such a large population and such a large population of stunted children as well, I mean, you do continuously think about better healthcare systems, affordable prices and whatnot. I want to quote something over here, and I'm not going to name the person, but a very close friend of mine on my Facebook said he went to one of the hospitals over here in Islamabad, and the testing for coronavirus was for 7,000 rupees. A normal person, including me, to be honest, I cannot afford to just go and get myself tested for 7,000 rupees. So I really hope things are going to be affordable in the near future as well. Now, affordable healthcare is one of the things people need to think about whenever they're trying of, sustainable solutions and sustainable development, not only in the country, but in the entire region too. So here's the thing, some amazing academics and researchers from the UK actually joined hands with some amazing academics over here in Pakistan, and they came up with an idea that they're going to hold a workshop ranging from 3 to 5 days here in Islamabad, and bring together for more than 150 actually researchers from, of course, UK and Pakistan too. What did they talk about is what I'm going to be asking them today over here. They are present in my studio, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, I shall be introducing the two main people who are the main brains behind the global development workshops that were being held in the Comsats University, Islamabad. So on my right-hand side, I'm very lucky to be joined by Professor Dr. Rahil Kamar, the Rector for Comsats University, Islamabad. Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, especially early in the morning. Next to Professor Dr. Rahil, ladies and gentlemen, the expats I was talking about, the ones who actually brought all these amazing minds from the UK to Pakistan. He's one of them. He's none other than Professor Ehtasham Rahman from Lancaster University, UK. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show, sir. Now, so to begin with, I think I'm going to start with Dr. Rahil Kamar over here. So how did you or your institute, think about this idea and then manage to get everyone on board and pull it off?
Right. Pakistan has been doing very well as far as research is concerned. I've expressed it earlier also that over the last 18 odd years, we have progressed from about 850 odd publications in a year to 23,000 impact factor journal publication last year, of which Comsat University was the major contributor. We published about 2,900. So we've been doing very well as far as research is concerned. Education, we've been trying some novel models of teaching learning also, where we've gone on to an online flipped classroom and everything. But we realized, that where we were lacking, in the last few years, where we were lacking is our translational research, which can directly benefit, the society and all that. So we joined hand with Professor Ehtisham about 15 odd years back, and he set up a center for interdisciplinary research, which has been working on biomedical materials for a number of years.
Wow.
And this unit now has one of the largest IP generation in Comsats, and we believe very strongly on generation of IP and commercializing those IP also. And we've gone on to a commercialization phase of a lot of work being done over there. So we were talking since last year that we need to expand this further into different universities also, this collaborative research between UK and Pakistan. Because the future world is all going to be about collaboration and how you work with each other. It's not going to be isolated research that I or he conducts in our laboratories, but it will be how we do interact with each other and how we come up with new ideas and novel solutions to our existing programs. So that was the basis of this, and then they worked a lot in UK. Professor Dar worked with him also, and they convinced academicians from UK to come to Pakistan, and we had ready individuals from different universities over here to join hands with them. They've developed a number of proposals, and hopefully we'll be able to work on those and get funding for those also.
That's amazing. And sir, you actually said a very right thing where you mentioned that, in terms of research, there's no purpose of doing research when people cannot make use of it, right? Research is supposed to be shared and then realized into reality as well. Now, moving on to you, Professor Ehtisham, I want you, speaking of collaboration, UKRI and UpSign are two of the stakeholders from the UK who are a major part of this workshop as well. Please let me know about both of them.
Let me start with UpSign.
Yes.
UpSign is a charity organization.
Okay.
It's a non-profit organization. It came out actually out of a discussion from the academics and other professionals in the UK.
Right.
So it is a UK-Pakistan Science and Innovation Global Network.
Oh, all right.
So the idea was, we were all contributing towards Pakistan on an individual basis.
Okay.
As Professor Raheel Qamar mentioned, I set up the center, Interdisciplinary Research Center in Biomedical Materials in Lahore. But that was, again, individually interacting. So we started thinking, why not shall we come up with a group of people who are not only tackling one problem, but looking at a number of other problems as well.
Right.
So initially we were 5 people. Our chairman is Professor Jawad Dar from University College London. I'm the vice chairman. Then it is the brainchild of Professor Jawad Dar and Dr. Khalid Mahmood, who initiated it, started it, then they had a discussion with me. I said, yeah, great idea, let's do it together. We started 3 years ago, and we have grown phenomenally.
That's amazing.
We started in the UK first. We held a couple of, not workshops, I would say, seminars.
Okay.
And they were received very well. Then this workshop, which we held this week, was supposed to be 2019 February.
Yeah.
But the political situation with our neighbors deteriorated.
Unfortunately.
Very unfortunate. The airspace was closed,
yes.
and we couldn't do it. And that was niggling us all the time. And then we actually started planning it again with the UKRI.
Okay.
And UKRI were kind enough, and I would mention here Professor Nicola Love, who came over and actually helped us to organize it.
Wow.
She arranged the funding again.
Oh.
And I call her, we call her Friends of Pakistan, but Dr. Jawahar Dar gave her a new name, Angel of Pakistan.
Oh, that's so sweet as
So,
well.
you know,
You do
yes.
need people like this. But sir, one more thing. I think it's very easy for people like us to say that, okay, Professor Ehtasham brought 150 academics from all over the world to Pakistan. But to arrange all of that, to actually find people with the same thinking, to actually find 150 people who do want the betterment of Pakistan, how is that manageable?
It's quite interesting, the people are quite willing to help.
Yeah.
Let me emphasize, research and science and technology has got no boundaries,
Yes.
no
Indeed.
borders.
Indeed.
We live in a global village, and people are tackling the problem globally. Take the example of you mentioned of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's a global problem.
Yes.
Take the affordable health care. It's a global problem.
Absolutely.
The center I started, which I mentioned in Lahore, with one vision,
Right.
healthcare for all, and taking materials from lab to the patient. This is the concept.
Yeah.
Before we came, I was having a discussion with Professor Rahil Kamar, and I said, look, we need to do research of translational nature.
Absolutely.
If there is no translation,
Yeah.
that is just research for the sake of the research.
For the sake
Right.
of research,
Right.
absolutely.
So in organization, coming to your question, I'm greatly thankful to Minister of Science and Technology, who actually helped us a great deal, Fuad Chaudhry Sahab,
Yes.
to Professor Rahil Kamar, who went out of his ways. And to be honest, he made us feel so comfortable and that everything was run smoothly. And bringing 150 people and organizing them in 4 days,
Right.
it requires a lot of synchronization,
A lot of effort.
cohesion, commitment, and that was there.
Wow.
And I'm very thankful to you, Professor.
Dr. Rahil Sahab, that's amazing to actually learn that people are providing such services.
Certainly.
But so, in the beginning of the show, I mentioned about affordable healthcare.
Right.
And when we talk about your workshop, affordable healthcare was one of the main things under discussion.
Right.
There were 3 main areas that you guys figured out. Can you please let us know about them?
Well, the 3 main areas were, first of all, water,
Yeah.
because that's one of our biggest problem in Pakistan,
course.
energy and healthcare and
Nutrition and food
nutrition
security.
and food safety and all that.
All
These are
right.
all big problems in Pakistan.
Indeed.
Water, is the future. All the wars will be fought on water.
Yes.
So we need to conserve our resources and increase our resources also. So the product, I would like to talk a little bit about the products
Yes,
that
please
we've
go
been
ahead.
developing and doing at the IRCBM. When we talk about affordable, I think that's a very important point to make over there. Right now, for burn victims, artificial skin costs about $750 for a 4x4 centimeter patch to import from abroad.
Okay.
We at the unit at IRCBM, we developed this artificial skin in which we have introduced some novel new vascularization agents also at $7.5 per 4x4 centimeter.
That's a massive change, actually.
Yes, that is 1/100th of a cost. So your indigenous research and your indigenization of different products and commercialization will lead to cost cutting and
Right.
reduction and affordable healthcare and all that. Without that, these things are not possible. And for that, some basic research is needed also. This neoangiogenesis agent that we've developed, it came out of basic research, and then we incorporated into a translational product.
Dr. Rahil, you know what? This is amazing to learn, especially for a person like me. I dedicate all my mornings over here sharing my knowledge and information with you guys on PTB because I want us Pakistanis to reach to solutions. It's very easy to talk about problems, right? But
Yeah,
to reach
absolutely.
solutions. But sir, in the story that you just told us, you do realize, you mentioned that one of, the 100th part is the cost that people need to pay right now.
Right.
Your institute has been providing a lot of facilities to their students in terms of, providing a conducive environment for business establishments as
Right,
well,
right.
incubation centers too. So what do you think are the prerequisites for any institution to provide to their children for their mind to grow and for them to actually create such, viable solutions.
Right. So about 8 odd years ago, we realized that research and teaching are just not enough by itself.
Right.
And we wanted our faculty and students to do research would be relevant to the society and all that. But there was a big hindrance as far as the mindset is concerned.
Okay.
So the first thing we had to do, we had to change the mindset of the professors. Because whenever you talk to a professor, even if you talk to me and you start talking money, my mind sort of shuts down.
Right.
So we had to change that mindset. And once that was done, everybody realized that this is very important to do for the country, and not just for the country, for themselves also. We are looking at at least a couple of unicorns coming out of this IRCBM unit.
Amazing.
Also. And once they come out, you will realize the importance of translational research, and
Absolutely.
faculty will realize further also. So the most difficult part was transitioning them from a basic research and teaching into translational research. Once that was established, things automatically gelled together, and people brought the products themselves that they want to work and want to take into the market.
That's great, sir, and I really hope this continues as well, because this is a great initiative. Now, Ihtisham Saab, we've been talking about how amazing and fruitful this workshop has been, and in terms of the results as well, in terms of engagement as well. But personally speaking, do you feel like all the scientists and all the academics that you brought from UK will be willing to come again and probably do something similar?
Let me explain to you. First, I will add to what Professor Rahil Kamar was saying.
Yeah.
Changing the mindset. Changing the mindset is the key.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially when we're talking about the research culture. If we'll take the era of post Higher Education Commission.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, we were nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And credit goes to Professor Ataur Rahman. He is a visionary person.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And he actually brought the concept of not research for the sake of research. Doing research which is taking something towards translation.
Absolutely.
And now, if you look at from that point, yes, we have published more papers. Yes, we are globally more recognized. I appreciate that. But the real outcome will be when we are moving towards the product and adding towards the economy of Pakistan.
Absolutely.
And
agreed.
now, the Prime Minister Imran Khan, he and his government, his Prime Minister Task Force, which Professor Rahil Kamar is member of,
Yes.
they are putting more funding into it. So research culture is there, facilities are there,
Okay.
people are working more and more as a team.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at to getting, for example, take the example of affordable healthcare.
Okay.
If we are bringing out one implant, I can't do on my own. I require chemists,
Yes.
I require a biologist, a physicist, a clinician, a surgeon, a physician.
It's
But
an entire team.
It's an entire team.
Yes.
And that entire team has to work in an interdisciplinary environment. And that environment is there.
Right.
Now it is building up. Expanding a bit further, I explained to you that this is a global problem.
Yes.
Globally, we're joining forces. I'm at Lancaster University. It was University of the Year last year. It's the International University of the Year this year.
Wow.
They are expanding on research. They're spending 780 million on Health Innovation Campus.
Imagine that. Wow.
780 million pounds
Pounds, yes.
just on
It's
Health
insane.
Innovation Campus. They are very keen to help us. So I being there as a professor of bioengineering, people in here, they are learning from their experience. And at Lancaster, we are learning from experience of people from here.
Oh.
And this workshop brought all that together.
Wow.
So people from Sheffield, people from London, from Lancaster, Birmingham, from Iraq,
Oh,
and
great.
people from Sri Lanka, they came over, and
Right.
we were tackling the problem for one angle. For example, look at the hip replacement.
Yeah.
We use, in the hip replacement, use different materials. There are metals, there are polymers, there are ceramics.
Okay.
So combination of them requires a combined thinking. So we tackle different problems. In these workshops, we came up with different ideas, very innovative ideas.
Right.
And I'm very hopeful that what discussion we had, what projects we initiated, they will actually end up in developing new products.
Inshallah, and I'm hopeful
Inshallah.
for that too. Fingers
Certainly.
crossed for that.
Can I add a little
Please
bit
go
to
on.
this? For the first time, in my academic life, at least, this present government has involved academicians
Yes.
into, how to develop knowledge economy and all that. I'm, like Professor Ihtisham mentioned, I'm part of the PM Task Force on
Yes.
Knowledge Economy. And for the first time, we are giving our input into the government in which directions to go into and what sort of products and what sort of innovative ideas we should be developing. And that is a tremendous thing, I think.
Absolutely.
Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology budget has been increased 600-fold this year.
Oh.
And next year is going to be increased by 1,300-fold.
Amazing.
And that is just amazing. The things that will come out will boggle the mind, at least.
Absolutely. And Dr. Rahil, what really baffles me of what you said is, you said this is the first time in your life that you've experienced the government do something like
Right.
this. And mashallah, you've been an ordinary name in the, this sector, education sector of Pakistan for so many years. And for people like us to watch, I'm a student myself, I'm almost completing my master's. It's great to see the government, the incumbent government and the forces come together, all these different sectors join hands for the development of the country. And this is why I always vie for the future of Pakistan, because this is the element of change, this government that we're talking about. Prime Minister focuses upon knowledge-based economy. He realizes the need of the hour. And he
Absolutely.
knows with a population more than 60%, the youth, if they're not educated, I don't know where Pakistan is going to go.
Absolutely.
But now I'm going to come...
That
yeah.
is where the Nya Pakistan is going to come
Exactly,
from.
exactly. It's going to come a little slow, but it's there.
It's
I
there,
see
it's
it. It's
there.
brilliant.
We've taken the first step, and the
Absolutely.
journey of 1,000 miles is the first step.
Agreed. Yes,
And
please.
can I just add, just to give you an example. We met Prime Minister Imran Khan during this visit.
Okay.
Can you imagine in the past a professor, an academic,
Meeting a
can
prime...
go in
Yeah.
and meet Prime Minister?
Never.
No, he
Never.
had a
Never.
celebrity status, which shouldn't be.
The doors will not open for the academics in the
Exactly.
Prime Minister house. And if you go to and we were hosted by the President,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
and President where all the statesmen sit. We had a dinner over there.
That's
We
amazing.
are just academics.
Right.
And this government has given us an identity,
Absolutely.
the respect
That
which
you guys
the
deserve, to be
professors
honest.
observe.
Yeah, absolutely.
They deserve that. We are and especially in this country, the professors and academic, the amount of work they do, that is incredible. Yes. We in the UK, we can publish paper very easily. In here, they have to go through a lot of scrutiny before they can publish a paper.
Agreed.
All I would say, from this platform, and Rahil Kamar Saab is sitting here, that yes, do publish the paper. It's very important. Now we need to go on the next phase.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Protect the IP. Get the IP exploited, and that's the only way we can add to the economy of Pakistan.
Absolutely.
But
That's
and
totally
again,
agreed upon.
the government will is there. Just to give you an example, my center, I've been struggling for the last 8 years
Okay.
to get the funding from the government.
Right.
Nobody gave me a penny.
Yeah.
Yes, there were peanuts here and there, and that was coming through the Comsats. That's the reason I'm very thankful to the Comsats
Right.
throughout the 8 years. And now I've got just about 100 billion,
Yes, 852 million.
for 1 billion
Oh,
Close to a
rupees
billion.
from the government.
congratulations on that. That's actually a good start, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So facilities are there, people are working there, and I tell you, you give them the ownership,
Yeah.
you give them the environment, the professional, the academic researcher in Pakistan, they can do magic.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
agreed with that. Thank you so much for saying that. And ladies and gentlemen, we need to wrap up this segment very quickly, but I need to ask Dr. Rahil over here, what do you feel like is going to be the future of this workshop? What are your future plans about this? And where do I see Pakistan in terms of, let's say, knowledge-based economy in the next 10 years?
I think you'll see revolutionary changes, not in the next 10 years. I think in the next 5 years,
Oh.
you will see revolutionary changes in the country.
Wow.
And our economy will pick up because of these changes which are brought on about this by this government. As far as the future of the workshop is concerned, we hope to hold this every year.
Yes.
And hopefully with our partners in UK and all that, we'll be able to successfully do that. And it's
Okay.
not just about the workshop. Do realize that we have to follow up on these also. And
Yes,
this
of
follow-up
course.
is very important, where we form mutual collaborative projects and work together.
Yeah.
I think that's the spirit of this workshop, and we have to continue with that.
Exactly, and good luck with all your future endeavors. I really hope, although, for the next time you do include Pakistani universities too. It's going to be great, right? All of us sitting on the table together and thinking about
No,
solutions.
that is exactly what we did. It was
This
not
time
just
too?
Comsat and
Yes.
them.
Oh,
It was
okay.
all the universities in
Thank you
Pakistan
so much for
with them.
enlightening
Yes.
me. Thank you so much for being here, Professor Dr. Raheel Qamar and also Professor Ehtasham Rahman, these beautiful minds from the UK and Pakistan coming together to solve issues that Pakistanis do have. Ladies and gentlemen, before the show started, I was in conversation with Dr. Raheel over here, and we were talking. He was actually telling me how absolutely important it is for a country to prosper, to have a conducive business environment, and for the youth to realize that rather than, of course, there are employment issues as well, but rather than working for someone, isn't it good to actually execute your own idea, add to the economy of the country, be your own boss, and then realize the responsibilities you have too. So for the next segment, I have a similar youth from my own country who is now an entrepreneur and working for the betterment of the country, training other people too. Stay tuned to find out more. Good morning.
Passion for polo will be the highest on the world's highest polo ground. Shandur invites visitors to experience a traditional polo tournament between the teams of Chitral and Gilgit. The tournament is held on Shandur Pass, the highest polo ground in the world, at 3,700 meters above sea level. The first time a polo tournament took place on the Shandur Pass was in 1936. It is a place unique and exotic in itself, surrounded by some of the most spectacular mountain scenery in the world. The event marks the annual rivalry between the teams of Chitral and Gilgit. The polo tournament has some added attractions for the visitors: trout fishing at the nearby streams and lakes, and a festival of folk dances and music of northern Pakistan. The event in itself offers a fascinating insight into the lifestyle of the people of this region. Their culture and indigenous customs are a delight to behold for the visitors. Crystal clear lakes, snow-covered mountains, alpine flowers, and vast stretches of green grass are added attractions.
Welcome back to Well This Morning, which is Hashmi on a very blissful Friday morning, ladies and gentlemen, where if you were not watching, let me recap for you. In the first segment, I was in conversation with some amazing, brilliant minds over here belonging to Pakistan, of course, and we were discussing the issues that Pakistan faces and then them taking upon the responsibility of bringing together on one table all the brilliant minds and then speaking of those solutions. And one of the things that we did, speak about was how important it is for Pakistanis to actually venture into entrepreneurship or the business culture, because now is the right time. The government tells you every now and then as well, even I keep telling you that this is the exact conducive environment for businesses that we have been waiting for so long in Pakistan. It's now time for all of you to try your luck as well. Well, I'm telling you, it's going to be beneficial for the country and for you too. Now, I've been joined by a youth of Pakistan who's actually doing something for this business culture too. He started his own businesses, quite some earlier, and then after, learning from all the mishaps that have been happening, he actually came to the I want to say towards the end conclusion that this is what I want to go about. I'm going to have my own business as well, but also trying to train people to start their own businesses. This is just one of his small things that he does. So I'm going to ask him what he does as well. This is Usman Shah, an entrepreneur. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my show. So to begin with, Usman, last time you were here, what has changed, and how far has your Nifty Sphere, is one of the organizations that you own, how far has that gone?
Alhamdulillah, and thanks to God, so now we are going very good. And after 2 months, we are going to open another branch.
Amazing.
In Bahia, right? So about promoting their culture and our culture system of Pakistan. So the handmade skills and handmade segment related to fashion designing and textile designing.
Okay, Usman, you know what? For me, sitting here every other morning on state TV, if I tell people that this is a conducive environment for businesses, more usual than often people are not going to take me seriously because, of course, I am hailing from the state channel. So being very honest, you have to tell people out there, because you have been an entrepreneur and training entrepreneurs too. Do you think now is the right time to do this?
You know, if we talk about the entrepreneurship, first I'm going to explain to you what does mean entrepreneurship.
Yes, please go ahead.
Entrepreneurship is basically designing a process, launching a new business, initially often called a small business.
Yes.
I think so. Entrepreneurship skills and activities are more important to everyone,
Yes.
but we need a proper platform. And it's a responsibility of our government to provide a good platform to every aspect and every segment and every category for people. In entrepreneurship at our institute, we are just giving a different classes. We are just giving a different training sessions. Graphic designing, photography, textile designing, some painting, these all stuff. But the important thing, how to sell your product.
Yeah, so important.
To just get experience, to get experience about how to sell your product according to customer behavior and the customer conversation and the customer expectation.
Right.
Our education system must give platform to every student regarding to real life examples.
Okay, so you're saying, like I think before the show even started, we were discussing that if you have to start your own business or be an entrepreneur, I don't think books or anything in theory can help you. Like you even mentioned that when you got hands-on experience of the businesses that you started, that is when you realize these are the places where we lack. So after, mashallah, this successful venture of yours, this is going to grow as well, now we know. What are the things that you identified that these were the issues that were holding me back, and this is what I will focus upon now?
You know, one important word is consistent.
That
patience.
is true. That is true.
Determination, consistent, and patience are the more important effective element for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're just going to start business, then you must have to be patient and determined for your business segments. This is the most important key for the successful entrepreneur.
Yes, consistency is everything.
Yes.
Things are going to bring you down, but you yourself have to be consistent. So, all right. And one more thing, I feel like I wanted to talk about this to Dr. Rahil over here, who was in here in the first segment, director for Comsats University. And when we're talking about businesses, about more than 90% of the businesses in less than 5 years come back to zero or often closed because, of resource management, and people are not able to do that as well. So what do you think? How can that be managed? And how have you been able to be stable in that?
You know, if we talk about the entrepreneurship business, in entrepreneur segments, the one thing is very difficult to manage all segments. In start, because the only one person in entrepreneurship business category, so we don't have much money, right? To just start a small business, so you have to manage the marketing department, you have to manage the accounts department, you have to manage all stuff.
Yes.
But with the passage of time, to just meet with the different people and start different business, you'll get experience quickly.
Okay, Usman, you know what? I think if you were watching the first segment, we somehow did talk upon a little bit about skill-based learning as well. Ladies and gentlemen, even when we look at the international organizations like IBM or Google, they even say that they're not looking for degrees anymore. They're not looking for a paper to confirm that this is what I've studied from a university. So it is all skill-based. And now universities inside, Pakistan, like Comsats University and like NUST as well, they're trying to impart skill-based education to their students too. Now, Usman, in your organization, people who do come to learn for whatever you're offering, is that skill-based, and how do you feel like that is impacting their skills as well?
You know, we have a multiple courses, and all courses we can say are skill based.
Okay. Do you want to talk about some in particular?
For example, we talk about the fashion designing, and my fashion designing course are more focused toward women empowerment, right?
Oh, that's so amazing.
All right, the women just coming at institute and their classes related to fashion designing, especially in stitching. When anyone, just a woman, just stitch their dress, but they don't know how to sell their product, how to sell their dress.
Right.
So at our institute, we're just telling them how to stitch product and along with how to sell your product, use of digital marketing and social marketing.
Right, absolutely.
So this is the most important factor for just getting earning toward use of social media marketing to related to a stitching product.
Okay, now to my better understanding, Usman, when you're talking about, your platform where you are imparting this type of training as well. Now, this is all stakeholder based because you will get someone to teach and then you will get students to learn as well. So you are basically a platform based business, I want to say. How's that going for you in terms of, the trainers or the teachers?
Basically, Nifty Sphere is a platform to everyone.
Okay.
And a platform for new generation. For example, anyone can join this. For example, if you have an experience related to graphic designing field, you just come over there and just to give classes.
Okay.
And they don't have any salary system. Now, I'm clearly mentioned there's no salary system. It's basically they're total students to get money. That's it, simple. To just promoting all students and get money. And apart from money, there some satisfaction.
Of course.
And your passion are more important.
And Usman, you're very right where you said there's a certain satisfaction. I'm going to take you back to where you said you were specifically working for women empowerment, because I think we are the privileged ones, right?
Yeah.
Of course, alhamdulillah, we've been blessed with so much, but people belonging to downtrodden segments of the society, belonging to so many far-flung areas of Pakistan as well, they have zero source of income. And for people like Usman to come up and impart them with, basic skills as well, where they can at least manage for their own houses, I think it's amazing as well. Now, Usman, what are your future endeavors? And are you, yes, we know you're going to launch another branch as well, but in terms of expansion, are you going to add some more courses as well?
Yeah, we have an idea and we have in our plan. So we are going to launch some anchoring and reporting.
Oh.
And some animation courses.
Wow, I'm going to take the animation ones.
No problem. So we're just going to offer animation because in these days the people are more interested to get animations.
Right, agreed.
And if you just see on some news channel and especially in Hollywood movies, they're just using some VFX approach.
Amazing ones, actually.
So definitely, so we are just going to launch very soon our VFX courses.
Okay, that's great. Now, Usman, I'm going to engage with something that is actually thought-provoking, and I want you, being an entrepreneur, to give me some answers as well. Now, lately, of course, because of the renewed system of the economy in the country, I want to say this is amazing as well. Anything that we get from abroad, I'm going to talk about cosmetics because that is my entire life, but also dairy products or, food products, junk food, anything at all that we get. There's a certain, customs and everything that we have to pay. So this is, when I say this is the perfect time for you to start up your own business, this actually is. For example, if I'm fond of a cheese that is actually made in Dubai, why don't Pakistani, let's say, farmers or people belonging to that dairy industry start up sort of come up with an idea where we can have our own different kind of cheeses as well. We do, but I'm talking in terms of expansion. Then Pakistani cosmetic brands as well, anything Pakistani based is going to be good for the people who are making it and then for the people who utilize it. What are some of the areas that you think we need to work upon, identify some of those that people can actually start up their businesses in?
In our country, in Pakistan, for starting any segments, so first we need our research department.
Oh, so important.
The first important things.
Yeah.
So anything you would like to start, to just research it. So I must say to our government, just create some incubation centers.
Right.
To just giving our research centers to our people.
Okay.
To just their product, how to sell and how to start our product, and there's some pro and cons. Then you'll get execution.
Absolutely. So, Usman, yes, there are certain limited ones, but some universities and the government sector itself providing, organizing, incubation centers and providing those facilities to people.
Excuse me, sorry to cut you, but I don't think so. We don't have any free training sessions areas in our country.
Okay, okay.
So I think so. We must give them to different people who they don't afford it to just give a free training sessions to get anything, whatever they want to start it.
Okay, that is your opinion. Of course, that does make sense. One more thing I want to talk about, and this is actually an issue that I have. Over here in the Twin Cities, Usman, you are going to agree with me. When we talk about recreation or hanging out and everything, the only thing that is available for people over here, for the public, is restaurants or food. And a lot of businesses do start with restaurants, food, cafes, snack bar. Is that all we're going to have?
If we talk about the Islamabad, can you see in everywhere is a restaurant or small business. It's a depend on your, you can say, food lovers. Maybe the ratio of people in Islamabad food lover are more important.
Yeah.
And some small business, if you're going to start in Islamabad, I must say, it is a good business in Islamabad about related to restaurant and food cafeteria.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to be the new Lahore of Pakistan eventually?
Maybe.
Lahoris are going to hate me for
maybe,
this.
but we cannot compare with. But Islamabad is, in these days, is going very good related to food business. Especially if I consider there are some sectors and F7, F6 are more important. So you just go everywhere, so the small food, shawarma, pizza, steaks, these everywhere over there.
Right, all right. That is great. Now for all of you who have been watching Usman on our show as well, I'm going to break a news. Mashallah, he's engaged now. He's going to be a married man soon.
Inshallah,
so my question is, do you feel like now you have double duties, double responsibilities as well? Is that going to compromise your work life? Which
I think so. Work-life balance is more important, but
there's a but, okay.
But work is my more priority.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Good luck for all your future endeavors as well. Good luck for everything that you're planning to do.
Much.
We wish you that, all your dreams come true. Thank you so much for coming here again. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope this show was informative for you, because I tell you it was for me. Again, I'm going to close the show with what I began the show with, coronavirus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's everywhere. I'm telling you, just be safe on your own. Be healthy, be sanitized, and just try to avoid public places. That is the most important thing that I want to tell you guys. Try avoiding public places as well. And stay hydrated. Every other 10 minutes or every other 15 minutes, swallow something down your throat in terms of a fluid. Try drinking water. Try resorting to green tea or any sort of kahwa as well, because that is, of course, going to kill the virus as soon as it does. God forbid, but as soon as it does enter you as well. Please write to us on our Facebook page with the name of World This Morning, on Twitter, World This Morning without a G, Daily Motion on YouTube, also World This Morning in PTV World. And the repeat of this show you can catch at 5 past 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, take care. Good morning.